General Poffley, ladies and gentlemen, well, firstly, it's a pleasure to join you on this very special occasion as Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Logistic Corps. And here marking, I think, truly the end of a significant milestone in the Corps' history. I was, of course, at the excellent parade in Purbright in April of last year, as we embarked on this anniversary year. And I'm delighted to hear that that has been celebrated throughout the year and all throughout the Corps as well. And many of you are joining us here again tonight. Like its forebears, the RLC has been at the very heart of every operation conducted by the British Army since it formed in 1993. From the Balkans and Northern Ireland in the 90s to the campaigns in Afghanistan and Iraq this century, and of course most recently in South Sudan and East Africa. In all of these and many other operations, the Corps has played its vital role. In every deployment since 1993, there has been an RLC soldier working alongside others in the Army, the other services, and industry, making a positive difference to the operation and the soldiers they support. This operational pedigree is impressive for many reasons, but perhaps most significantly because it has seen considerable changes in the demands placed on the logistical community. During the early years, the demands of the conflicts in the Balkans and the Gulf War saw the Corps adapt the doctrine of the Cold War to meet the challenges of peacekeeping and desert warfare. More recently, we have seen the need for different approaches as counterinsurgency operations and the emergence of operations in the information age have come to the fore. But what has been most stark is the way many lessons from the past are being recycled in a modern context. And it is true to say that we add to knowledge. We should never forget what has come before. The deployment to Estonia and exercise Safe Syria this year perhaps take us back to familiar techniques of those early days of the Corps. The ability, though, to adapt to a constantly changing world and context will remain a prerequisite for success. You only have to think of artificial intelligence and drones to see where that might take you. New technology and agile minds will help the Corps retain its edge. But a Corps such as the RLC is about much more than its primary purpose. It does require an ethos and a soul, and that needs to be grown and cultivated. The RLC has been able to draw on a rich heritage from its predecessors, but it has also matured and developed. Whether it is in the sporting arena or taking part in the regimental life of the Army and the armed forces more widely, it has truly come of age. Indeed, very few of the current Corps joined anything other than the RLC. And I've had the real pleasure of visiting personnel of the Corps on many occasions. And what is evident and has been central to all my visits has been not just the professionalism of the personnel serving in the Corps, but the pride that Corps personnel show in their chosen trade, cap badge, and career. Now, this evening is definitely not about the past. It is very much about the future. The continued professionalism of the Corps is central to its success. Its connection to the fabric of the nation and industry will be crucial to this. bearing in mind where we are in the Guildhall, in the heart of the city of London, it's good to see also so many from the city livery companies and the partners from industry here tonight. Your interest and partnership makes a real difference to the men and women of the Royal Logistic Corps and hugely raises their profile in the centre of London. And I know that the ties that bind you and the Corps together will only grow stronger over the years. Now, this is a point which I suspect I should say, this is probably the end of the longest ever birthday party. Although that is entirely acceptable as you are the largest corps in the army. So I hope all of you and all of those who you represent have had an opportunity to celebrate 25 years of quite astonishing rapid development, establishing your professionalism and expertise across the armed forces. Been an interesting time. Well, perhaps you better start planning for the 50 years celebration, because there will be more to celebrate. Very little will be the same, except, I hope, for that ethos and soul which has now become the Royal Logistic Corps. Thank you.
Thank you very much.